Welcome to Words Matter, the podcast where we explore the transformative power of language and how the words we choose shape our lives. I'm your host, Deanna Ley, the Catalytic Coach, and I'm here to guide you on a journey of opportunities, progress, and change. Each episode will dive into a thought-provoking quote or phrase, unpack its meaning, and discover how it can inspire us to rise above challenges, embrace joy in the journey, and ignite our possible. Your words matter because you matter. Now, let's get to today's amazing episode. Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Words Matter. If you've been following along, you know we just wrapped up our Focus series, 4 powerful episodes about shifting our perspective, directing our energy towards what matters, and learning to embrace the journey. In this episode, we're diving into something that builds on that conversation, but also stands on its own as one of the most significant mindset shifts we can make: the power and the danger of comparison. You've probably heard the phrase, comparison is the thief of joy. It's often attributed to Theodore Roosevelt, and it's a simple truth with a very profound impact. But here's the thing. Comparison isn't inherently bad. In fact, it can be an incredible motivator, a tool for inspiration, and a way to push ourselves towards growth. But it can also steal our joy. It can rob us of our confidence and leave us feeling inadequate. So how do we tell the difference? Well, you have to know that comparison is natural. It's hardwired into us. From an evolutionary standpoint, these brains of ours are designed to scan for threats, to analyze social standing, and to determine where we fit in. Now, in the past, this survival mechanism, knowing how we compare to others in terms of strength and skills and resources, it meant the difference between survival and struggle. But today, comparison is everywhere. Social media, workplaces, friendships, even strangers on the street. We see the highlight reels of other people's lives, and without even realizing it, we measure ourselves against them. Someone is more successful than we are. Someone is fitter, wealthier, happier, more put together. Someone makes something look easy while we struggle behind the scenes. And this is where negativity bias kicks in. Negativity bias is the tendency for our brains to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. Studies show that we process negative information faster and more deeply than positive information. Well, what does this mean for comparison? It means that when we compare ourselves to others, we're more likely to focus on where we fall short rather than where we excel. If we get 10 compliments but 1 critique, we obsess over that critique. If we achieve something great but we see someone else achieve more, we feel like our success isn't enough. If we're making progress but someone else seems further ahead, we convince ourselves that we're behind. Comparison, amplified by negativity bias, can rob us of our ability to appreciate our own journey and where we're at. But here's the shift. Comparison doesn't have to steal our joy. It can fuel it if we use it correctly. Comparison steals our joy when we use it to measure our worth instead of our growth, when we let it discourage us instead of inspire us, when we compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel, when we allow it to create feelings of envy, resentment, or self-doubt. But comparison can inspire us when we see someone's success and think, if they can do it, I can too. When we learn from others instead of tearing ourselves down, when we use it as a guide for growth, not a tool for self-criticism, when we focus on collaboration over competition. Think about a time when someone's success lit a fire in you. Maybe it was a friend who hit a milestone you're working towards. Maybe it was seeing someone else overcome a challenge similar to yours. Did it make you feel motivated, or did it make you feel less than? That reaction, friends, is within your control. The key to making comparison work for you and not against you is strengthening your own self-worth and confidence. And here are some ways to do that. First, reframe your perspective. Instead of thinking they're ahead of me, think they are showing me what's possible. Instead of thinking I'll never be that successful, think that's proof success at that level exists and I can work towards that too. Second, curate your input. If scrolling through social media leaves you feeling inadequate, take control of your content. Follow people who uplift you, educate you, and motivate you, and unfollow accounts that trigger negative comparison. Comparison is often fueled by what we allow ourselves to consume. Choose wisely. Third, turn jealousy into curiosity. When you feel jealousy creeping in, don't shame yourself for it. Get curious. Ask yourself, what about this person's life or success is making me feel this way? Is it something I actually want, or is it just something I think I should want? If I do want it, what small steps can I take today to move towards it? Jealousy is just unspoken desire. Instead of letting it bring you down, let it guide you forward. Fourth, celebrate your progress. We've talked about it before. Bankable wins in episode 3 of our Focus series, where we reframed failure as feedback. If you missed that one, I highly recommend going back to it, checking it out, because we dive deep into how powerful your wins can be when you recognize them and track them. But let me share a practical way for you to keep track of your wins right here, right now. You can either keep a notebook specifically for wins, or if you already journal, turn to the very last page and list your wins out there, filling up the pages at the back. That way, when you finish that journal, you'll have loads of wins to look back on and remind yourself of everything you've accomplished and overcome. On your hardest days, you can pull that out and see your progress staring right back at you in your own writing. Friends, comparison isn't the problem. It's how we use it that determines whether it inspires us or steals our joy. Because as the quote goes, comparison is the thief of joy when it pulls our attention away from our own path. So ask yourself, am I using comparison as a weapon against myself or as a roadmap to my possible? Am I letting negativity bias magnify where I fall short, or am I choosing to focus on my progress, my strengths, and my own unique journey? My amazing friend, listen up. When this episode is over, I want you to go to the closest mirror, put both hands on it, and look yourself in the eyes and say, I am not behind. I am not less than. I am exactly where I need to be. I am proud of how far I've come. I am stronger than I give myself credit for. I am worthy of every good thing coming my way. I am becoming my healthiest self, mind, body, and soul, one step at a time. Going forward, you can choose to no longer compare yourself to anyone else in an envious way. Instead of allowing comparison to steal one more moment of your joy, become your own greatest inspirer. Let your journey, your resilience, and your growth be the proof of your possible, because that's the only comparison that truly matters. The one that shows you how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how unstoppable you truly are. Friends, the words we see and read, the words we hear, and the words we say to ourselves and about ourselves, about what we're doing and how we're doing it, they all matter. Your words matter because you matter. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Words Matter. I hope today's message inspired you to embrace opportunities, make progress, and create meaningful change in your life. Remember, every word you speak, especially to yourself, has the power to shape your journey and ignite your possible. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and please share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. Let's keep the conversation going, friends. Connect with me on social media or visit my website at deannaley.com for more inspiration and tools to help you rise and ignite your possible. Until next time, remember, your words matter because you matter.